Hello, my name is Kent. I'm a digital product designer. I've been doing this for about 15 years now, and I've worked with several teams to launch several products over the course of that time. And I work with a lot of engineers, product managers, I work with researchers, project managers, and oftentimes I collaborate with subject matter experts because they're the people that really bring the expertise that help inform a lot of the design decisions that I'm making. Now, a lot of the key decisions we make in product direction and in products are made actually at a whiteboard. And typically we use drawing as the method for communicating and collaborating on our ideas. But if you think about those people that I just mentioned, and if you're one of them, a lot of times they're not really comfortable with drawing. They don't come from an art background. They might not feel compelled to share their full ideas or communicate it in the most effective way. So I'm going to cover an exercise today that you can do. Really anybody can draw, and this exercise is going to prove that. So I want you to grab a pen and paper. I just have a basic Sharpie here and some paper from my laser printer. You can use whatever you want, colored pencils, crayons, your favorite pen, and I want you to gather it and follow along with me. So to start, we're just going to loosen up here. We're going to draw some really nice squiggles, really flowing, nothing really fancy. I don't want you to think a lot about it. And you might end up with something that looks like this. Okay, so we have our squiggles. What I want you to do next is think about how you might draw a point. So just a little filled in circle. And think about how you might draw a letter V or a wedge shape. So something that might look like this. Okay, now if I take my squiggles and I add that point and the wedge shape to it, I can essentially turn any squiggle into a pretty nice representation of a bird. So for this first one, I'm going to start over here. This one might look a bit more like Angry Birds, if you will. I'm going to take this one. I think this is probably a good spot for the eye. I'm going to kind of have the beak coming off the face since the bird's looking off to the right here. Looking at these here, I think we'll put the eye up here and maybe we'll point the beak upward a bit. This whole area could be like a tail or a wing section. Now this last one might seem a bit ambiguous. I'm trying to figure out what's the best place to place the beak and the eye. I think I'm going to do it right here, and I'm going to add my wedge shape there. So, this is meant to show us that we're not trying to create an accurate depiction of a bird. The human brain actually is a beautiful thing in this case, and that it helps us fill in the gaps. So as long as we see those two key elements, the eye and the beak, the rest of the drawing and squiggle starts to look a bit more like a bird. Now, we can actually get a bit fancier with this. So going back to my sample sheet here, if you draw a basic triangle and you can draw lines to make some basic feet, we can add these elements now to our drawings to add a bit more complexity and even make each of these squiggle birds look a bit more like an actual drawing of a bird. So I'm going to add some feet here. Maybe we'll put a tail here. And add a tail to this one too. Some feet. Add some feet to this one down here. I might not even add a tail to this one because this back squiggle kind of has a tail-like feel to it. For this one, I'll add a tail here, and we'll put the feet perhaps right here. So there you have it. And your final drawing might look something like this. Now all birds are going to be different, no two are alike, but you'll notice that they're very gestural in their quality and their nature. And my hope is that, by loosening up a bit, you're able to not really think about drawing the bird, even though you ended up actually drawing a picture of a bird. Now, if you're a designer and you spend a lot of time in design workshops, you facilitate sprints, this is a really nice warm-up activity that just gets everyone in the right mood. It helps people build their confidence in their own drawing skills, and it really sets the stage for the creative activities that will follow something like this. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise as much as I have. In later episodes, we're going to be exploring more about drawing actual elements that make up product screens, and we're going to be exploring ways in which you can become more effective collaborators through drawing. Thank you.